I want to talk to you guys about something. Like, no intro, we're just going to get straight into it. So, I want to talk to this is something uh, for the creative, as you can probably tell from the title. I have been doing YouTube for a little over half a decade. I've been doing bad, I've been doing good, I've done well, I've done poorly for myself. I make some money a month being a Twitch streamer. I make no money from YouTube. I haven't made partner yet, but I have 11,000 subscribers and I'm constantly fiddling with my content to figure out what works for the algorithm and what works for my own personal work cycle. Now, I say all that to say this. One of the things that I have religiously uh, worked toward, especially as a small time content creator, is consistency. You pick a schedule and you stick to it no matter what. And that was something that I did, and that's something that I've done, and I've continued to do for 6, 7+ years. And throughout all of the different iterations of content that HIMediaTV has gone through, and all of the different types of content that I have done, um, I am now sitting at a backlog all the way going up to at time of recording. This is coming out on April the 23rd, and I'm recording this back in February on the 26th. I have done a good job, sort of keeping on it. You know what I mean? And I guess I say all that to say I want to talk about the people I grew up with. I want to talk about the creatives that I have known throughout my life. I am an alumni of something called the Wilmington Children's Chorus. Look it up. It's a great organization that gives free, world-class music education to kids for free. It's a great organization, and they are amazing. And a lot of the friends and associates I made through there were, I'm going to be honest, much more talented than I am. The amount of people that at least especially in the girls' choir, they had like one of those women in their pinky had more creative talent in their pinky than I have in my entire body. So why, outside of a handful of people, why are most of the people that I know from that period of my life working in casinos or weed shops in LA, or not even doing anything with their talent at all, just working normal jobs? Which, I want to be very clear, there is nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with working a normal 9 to 5 job. That is a respectable, honorable way to pay the bills. Don't let any podcast bro or, bop, influencer tell you otherwise. Fundamentally, though, the people I think about are the people who do say, like, oh, I'm a rapper, I'm an actor, I'm a singer, I'm this and that, and this and that, and this and that, which is all well and good. That is all well and good. And fundamentally, at the end of the day, if I'm going to be honest, I think to my roommates, like back when I was in Los Angeles, my, co-host of the Rundown, Brian, and I think about it, say his girlfriend even, who says, "Oh, I'm an actor" and all that, and I think about my roommate, and their roommate, who I met, who I like well enough, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just so busy and it's hard to get started," and I lived in an apartment with 3 people with more talent than I could ever dream to have, and yet if I were to walk into an audition by the rules of auditions in Los Angeles, I would be looked at as more desirable because I have a following. You're watching this right now. You're part of it. Also, like the damn video and subscribe and all that, like normal cringy YouTuber nonsense. Whatever. But to the point. I had multiple conversations with these people, and it's not just them. It's other individuals I met who there's this one guy who I tried to be friends with who we just didn't seem receptive to, but it's fine. Nope, nope, no shade in here. Who I am still the all-time biggest subscription gifter on his Twitch. Not, I'll pop into his streams whenever I see him. He hasn't in a while. He just played League to one person, which is probably the Twitch or Streamlabs bot. Not really talking, not really engaging, not really going hard into it. I mean, I don't go hard into it. I mean, I do compared to normal people, but it's just there's no consistency. To think back to my old roommates, one of them had scripts that dozens and dozens and dozens of scripts that he've written, and I'm just like, what? You have tons of friends who are all frothing at the mouth, who are all trying to get in the industry to make stuff. Make stuff, even if they're like 60-second skits. Make skits. There's when if you're a writer, your job as a novel, like if you're an amateur novelist, your job is to write your first three novels. You can figure out your process. If you're if you're a musician, your job is to get your first album out the door, and then your second, and then your third. Your job as a creative is to put out content. And this is the thing, and this is kind of the crux of this video. You will never see success if you do not put something out. If you do not attempt to do something, you can hold on to that perfect idea, and it's not, oh, it's almost perfect, I need it to be perfect. It will never be perfect enough because you do not have the skill to make it how it'll look in your mind. You want to know how I know that? It's because Francis Coppola had the money, he had the time, he had the resources, he had everything he would ever need to take his dream project out of his mind and put it into reality, and it wasn't good. He made Megalopolis, and it was a garbage film with a budget of 136 million, and it at best grossed 14 mil. I do not care how great of an idea you think you have, your dream idea. Put it on a shelf. Put it on a shelf. Either make it now or put it on a shelf and don't touch it. Your job is to get better at the prospect of creating, and you will never do that if you don't try to make anything, no matter how good or bad it might be, and if you don't consistently try to make things. We are past the days where you can be an H-bomber guy and put out one video every year or two and do great. You have to put stuff out. Do you like there are ideas that I have, and I assure you this is how I look at it. This may not work for you. This is how it works for me. I have an idea for a video that I want to be made. I have a video idea that I want to be made. I want to see it exist. And so therefore I will take the time and I will make a version of it exist. And then it exists. I put it out there. I no longer have the urge. It's no longer gnawing at the back of my head. Is it the exact version of what I want it to be? No, probably not. You know what? Here's a prime example of it. Here's a prime example. This video, which will have come out before this one at this point. This is what if Grey's Anatomy had an HR department? I made this because I wanted to. I put on a shirt. I did a whole bit. It was fun. Would I have rather formatted the green screen so I was behind the desk and I was constantly looked like I was behind the desk, and maybe photoshopped the Seattle Grace to look a little bit different, a little bit better? But you know what? It's also schlocky, and it also led to some funny gags later down the line. Do I wish I had a better mic to record things better? Do I wish that when I did the bit where I kicked the chair while walking around, you would still be able to see the chair being kicked and so on and so forth. You can see a little bit of it when I walk by it, but you don't actually like see it when I kick it. I ultimately wanted this to exist. Hell, I wrote a script and I made it happen. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go make something, anything. If you want to be a creator, if you want to be a videographer, if you want to be an actor or an actress or a musician or a novelist or a cinematographer or a director, you need to just fucking do it. You need to get off your ass and do it. And you need to understand that the things that you make are going to be shit. The things that you make are going to be shit. They're going to suck. They're not going to be good. Not at the gate. They will eventually get good the more you do it. It is not their talent means nothing if you do not have the skill to bring that talent to bear. Period. I hope if you take anything from this video, it is please consider busting your ass. Get off, like, out of your own head and try and make something. If you were trying to, if you were trying to do some kind of like acting and photography or whatever, you want to like do acting, uh, prop your fucking phone in the cabinet, pull up uh, a script from a part in a movie that you really like, act it out, show your chops, post it. The act of posting it is not, the act of posting it is two things. One, it holds you accountable, like, oh my God, it's actually out there now. And two, it helps you build a body of work. We are not in the days where you hand somebody a portfolio anymore. My ex-girlfriend was a photographer, which her portfolio is literally a website she built. If your portfolio is going to be your Instagram, it's going to be your YouTube, it's going to be your Twitch, it's going to be your TikTok, it's going to be this and that and that and that and that. You're like, this is what play. If you were trying to get in traditional Hollywood, this is what they're looking for. Get off your ass and go to work. People should not have to hold your fucking hand and nag you to do this. If you want to be a videographer, if you want to be an actor, an actress, a novelist, get off your ass and do it. KDP Publishing, like Kindle Direct Publishing's right over there. Go write your first book. Go write 100 words a day. Like literally just write like 50 to 100 words of your book a day until you feel like until you reach like 3,000 words. It's going to be ass. It's always going to be ass. Just publish it and then get to work on your next one. Figure out when you are creating the things that you care about, put the time in, put the effort in, and fundamentally at the end of the day, remember that you will never see like make your dreams come true if you do not suck right now. You are going to suck. You are going to suck for the foreseeable future. But if you don't start sucking ass now, you're never going to get better. If you look at my old videos, I very much do not have the presence on cam that I do now. I very much am not able to talk as efficient as I am now. I've always been a great talker, but now I am able to talk with deliberation. Yes, has my equipment gotten bad, good, great, worse, terrible, good, and then okay again? Sure. But I've got a brand new microphone. I'm working with a laptop that has like no RAM. I am given the equipment I do, but if there's one thing that I've gotten better at, it has been my knowledge on how Evan Haggard, can look into this camera and talk and be relatively compelling and entertaining. And what you need to do is practice, practice, practice by putting shit out. If you want to save a hand, you can keep three ideas. You can keep 3 ideas that you put on a shelf. These are your dream project. No more than 3. Any more, if you want to add a new one to that, you got to make something off that motherfucker. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care how schlocky it looks. I don't care how bad it is. That's the point. You suck. I don't care how talented it are. You suck, and the only way you're going to get better is if you put the time in. Period.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.